Hey there folks, so a little project I have been working on here on the Mercedes. I ended up getting the spoiler put on, the lip spoiler that just was not an option on this vehicle. Now I made an option. I actually ordered it online off of Amazon for $180 or something. It wasn't very much. I'll try to put the link in the description. And the paint color is spot on. You can't tell a difference. Nope, can't tell a difference. So we got that on there. The next thing we did was put the Dura coating, Dura dressing tire kit on the car. So you can see here, I've got that on my truck, and I want to show you guys that. You know, it's basically self-cleaning. My truck's filthy right now because we got about 8 inches of snow. So the salt and everything and dirt, as you can see, are full force on the roads. But anyway, this is a dirty tire, and I have this coated. You can see, even when it's salty out, it's basically self-cleaning. Everything basically flies off the tire, and this tire actually looks really good. It's about a 15-mile drive into work for me, and I've done that quite a few times before I wash, or compared to when I washed my truck a few days ago. So those tires have held up really good. That's a shiny tire, or at least a black tire with no wash. So I decided to do that with my Mercedes-Benz tires here. So, well, I didn't get any application process here. I just actually wanted to give some tips to making sure your tires are clean. So it took me, just like the directions said, all the directions are on here on the box, and this cost me about $60-70, totally worth it. I didn't need the extra large size, but I got it just in case I need to do another vehicle, or I want to add to my truck out there, the Durango. So the cleaning kit, like it says there, allow yourself 60 minutes. And that's about what it takes. It took me about 60 minutes to clean the tires. And you want to make sure you do a good job, because with the kit, you get a brush, and you have to make sure when you spray the product on the tire or spray into this brush and you're scrubbing it, that you don't scrape your rims, especially if you have a newer vehicle. You can see here that this rim has been completely trashed by the previous owners of the vehicle with curb rash. But at any rate, so you really have to make sure you clean the tires good. I did each tire, I cleaned 5 times. So I would clean it once, spray the product onto the tire, clean it, wash it off with a hose and water. Then I would clean it again, wash it off, clean it again till the suds were basically white. And what that does, that's just like cleaning your car. That just ensures that the surface is clean of any residue or oils, and then you're able to make sure that the product bonds to it. So I did that first. I cleaned all 4 tires of the vehicle 5 times, and that took me about an hour to do. And then after that, I made sure to let the tires dry, like it says in the instructions. You know, let the tires dry overnight, which I did. So I did this yesterday, let them dry overnight, and then I applied the product. This truly is about with my experience with the Durango and the truck, this is about a 4-day process. So you've got one day. Day 1 is cleaning the tires. So you clean the tires day 1, then you let them sit overnight. So you get to day 2. Day 2 is where you really want to take the most time to put your application on, and then it recommends after you're done with day 2, you let it sit for 28 to 48 hours, or 24 to 48 hours before you expose it to the elements, similar to the ceramic coating. So this car right now is okay to drive out in the elements if I didn't tire shine it, because the ceramic coating has cured for 2 days now, and I like to make sure I go on the safer side of that curing time. So what we did is apply 4 coats of tire shine to the tire. And it's important to note that you have your Dura dressing here, and this is about how much I took. This is a I don't know, probably a 12-ounce bottle. I only used about 3/4 of it. I mean, a quarter of it. I still have about 3/4 left. So if I need to apply any more tire dressing, I most certainly can. And I can use that for the truck or whatever. These are pretty small tires, so I don't really need to worry about running out there. And that's why I got more, because I want to apply some. You could do it to the boat trailer. You could do it to camper trailer. You could do it to truck. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, I applied, and I did this today. It is now 2:20. I started this at about 8 o'clock this morning. So what I did was apply the first coat. You have to make sure when you apply this stuff with the foam applicator that you go around the product or around the tire and you don't touch your rim. So I'll just do like a little brief explanation of this. So I basically went around the tire like this way, vertical wise with this, to spread the product onto the tire without touching the rim. I'm not sure why, but it definitely says in the directions, do not touch the rim with that product there. So I did that to each 4 tires. I went 1, 2, 3, 4. I waited for about an hour to an hour and a half, just about an hour, and then they dried. I had the fan on for it to dry a little bit faster. It's about 57, 58 in this controlled room right now. So I waited about an hour, came back in, reapplied, and then I kept doing that here, the last 2 times, and then I finished it right around 1 o'clock. So that was pretty easy. Make sure to pull your car forward so you can get the whole tire. Sometimes you aren't able to, like right there, I still have to put some coats on. Sometimes you're not able to get the whole tire when the bottom of the tire is sitting on the ground there. So I just have to finish up that a little bit. So just plan for your day to take anywhere from, I would say 5 to 7 hours. And you're not spending all that time on the tires, but you have to make sure that you give yourself that allotted time in a day to completely coat the tires. I recommend 4 coatings. That's what I did on the truck. That's what I did on the Durango. All seem to work very, very well. All have held up extremely well, I would say, considering the shitty climate that we live in, that we call Wisconsin here. Just a boatload of snow out there today. So, yeah, it's held up to the elements very good. I thoroughly expect this product on my car to last quite a long time because I don't drive this in the wintertime. So after you get done, like I was saying, with that last step of putting the actual tire dressing on, you let this sit. And what I did with my truck and the Durango, I let it sit for a minimum of 48 hours before you can drive the vehicle. So this, for some of you that don't have a shop or only have one vehicle, this is the perfect weekend project. Stock up on Friday after you get done with work. Clean your tires after you get done with work on Friday. Apply the stuff Saturday morning, and you're good to go for Monday morning work. So that's kind of my recommendations and tips there, what's worked great for me. This stuff does not sling off. It's like a silicone-based tire shine, and it sticks right to the product, just like a ceramic coating or a wax does to the paint. You need to make sure that your surface is clean. And your tire should be good to go. It says for the life of the tire. I'm thinking out of this you'll be able to get a year or 2. So that's kind of what I've seen so far with the truck and the Durango. Hopefully these tips help.